In this video, we are going to talk about those plants that you usually have at home that are especially toxic and poisonous for our cats. You will see that in some cases the symptoms that they are going to cause us are especially striking, okay? Well, I won't talk anymore and here I tell you what plants they are. The first of these plants is undoubtedly laurel. Laurel has in its composition an essential oil known as eugenol. And this eugenol has the problem that it generates many digestive disorders from light problems, such as vomiting or diarrhea, or even causing a paralysis of the digestive tract. That is, that it does not pull forward or backward, something that can sometimes be fatal for cats. Then we have the ficus, and I'm not going to talk about any ficus in particular, because there are up to 800 species of ficus that we usually have at home, but practically all of them, especially in their leaves, have a latex, that thing that breaks the leaf, or when the cat bites it, like a kind of latex of a whiter color, which is very irritating for the cat's digestive tract. Starting with the mouth, going down to the stomach, and ending up generating, if the cat ingested a significant amount of leaves, problems at the level of the intestinal wall. The usual is that simply by biting some ficus leaves, what it can have is a phocitis, an inflammation of the oral cavity, some gingivitis, and some kind of vomiting or nausea associated with having taken or been in contact with this latex. We have to talk now about the lirid, and when I talk about the lirid, I am possibly referring to the most toxic plant for cats. And within the lirid, I am not only talking about the leaves, but the very pollen of the plant itself is very, very poisonous for cats. Many people do not know this. I observed that almost every 3 or 4 cases of poisoning by ingesting plants or by being in contact with plants is due, above all, to the presence of lirids at home. It is a plant that you have to be very careful with. The mere contact with the pollen causes eye irritation, skin problems, and I am not saying anything else. If the animal ingests some pollen, that it licks it, some piece of leaf that has bitten it out of curiosity, here the digestive problems, nausea, and in general, an alteration, both hepatic and renal, can be very important. Then we have the amapolas. The amapolas, the famous Papaver rayas, the family of the Papaver somniferum, which, well, you probably don't have at home, but well, the classic amapola of all life is a very toxic plant for cats. Only by contact or by biting either the plant or the petals, we can even get the cat to generate convulsions and, in especially serious cases, cause blindness in cats. Then we also have the hortensias. Who doesn't have hortensias at home? Well, the hortensia is a plant that, by mere biting, by biting the leaf a little or licking it, can already generate gastroenteritis in the cat. Then we also have the pothos. The pothos is a plant that can reach up to 20 meters in height, which is normal, we have it at home in a pot, etc. And it's a very cool ornamental plant. But what happens? Just by biting the leaf, everything that is the cat's mouth gets very inflamed. The plant's oil, when it bites, also has a kind of latex, which is the most intoxicating, the most inflammatory that you can imagine, for above all, the first stage of the digestive system, mouth, esophagus, and so on. Then we have the famous tulips, also a very cool plant, but tulips are plants that are extremely rich in alkaloids and glucose, 2 substances that, in the best of cases, will cause diarrhea and vomiting in the cat. But it can lead to dizziness, to the cat being a little uncoordinated, that is, a serious poisoning by mere contact, or by biting some of the leaves or petals of this plant. Then we have eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is a toxic plant for many animals, farm animals, dogs are also toxic for cats, obviously. It's a plant that has some essential oils that repels the animals by itself. In fact, in small amounts, we use it. You have seen that I have spoken in some videos as a repellent, but in very moderate amounts, because in itself, in general, the vast majority of cats and dogs too do not usually approach a place where eucalyptus smells. But well, this situation cannot happen sometimes in all cats. In some cases, they can bite the plant, generating vomiting, diarrhea, dizziness, convulsions, and so on. It is in itself a plant whose essential oils are tremendously toxic. And to finish, although we are no longer in Christmas, but it is a plant that many people have throughout the year in their home, we have to talk about the nefarious Easter plant. The Easter plant is the most toxic and the most poisonous that you can imagine for cats. In fact, not long ago, we made a video explaining all the symptoms and all the problems associated with simply touching, without biting, a plant, some flowers, some leaves of this type of Christmas plant. Okay, well, nothing else. Thank you very much and see you in the next videos. Take care. Bye.